Tell pull.
Question of the part, since we just started. What is your white whale of a game that you want to beat? I'm going to guess it would probably be retro, because games nowadays are like meant to be beaten, whereas a lot of retro games were like really not meant to be beaten. So my white whale is Bart's Nightmare for the Super Nintendo, in terms of actually beating it 100%. And I would also accept Virtual Bart for Super Nintendo, because that game is also impossible. Let us know below what the game that you've just always wanted to beat, but just never could. Doesn't matter if it's retro or new, but I have a feeling it'll probably be retro, based on how those games were made.
I don't know what my game would be. I feel as if that I don't really go out of my way to play super duper hard games. I usually just play baby JRPGs and stuff like that.
Well, like, the thing is, like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I could say, like, something like Ghosts and Goblins for NES, but that game has unlimited continues. So, I have no excuse not to beat it. Like, if I sat down to play it, I would have no excuse not to beat it, because it's just like, here you go, here's a continue. You know? Whereas Bart's Nightmare, you have, like, however many hits, and then the game's over, you know? So... I also, going back, like, 10 years, maybe, actually... probably more, maybe like 15 years, to when me, you, and Ben tried to beat Blaster Master, and we got so close. That would be another one that's like kind of on my top 10, because it doesn't have unlimited continues, and that's BS. That's some BS.
Yeah, it doesn't even tell you. It's just like, it's like such an arbitrary number. Like,
Let's try it.
you get like 5 continues, and then you go, game over. Spencer Squad, it's just me. So how you doing? YouTube land. Just playing some Star Wars and now. Alright, so we got the overcharge. So now we can overcharge certain terminals. Very comfy. You know about Kashyyyk? You know about Wookiees? Oh yeah. Oh god, I don't have any stim packs. I keep forgetting to actually rest at force points or whatever they're called. Ah yes. Quality programming. Literally things just rendering in.
Imperial sap refinery lies dead ahead.
What does the Empire want with tree sap?
Nothing good. They refine the sap into a powerful compound, and they're rushing to expand production.
What powerful compound?
We have to stop them.
That's the plan. We don't know they're in game, but they spread themselves too thin. This map we recovered proves it. These refineries double as brutal prison camps. We use those cutters to create a distraction while you take your lightsaber and free the Wookiees inside. We need their help to stop the Empire.
Understood.
Man, this guy is trusting me immediately. I mean, I guess we did hijack AT-AT and literally slaughter hundreds of the Empire. Alright, where are we going? Oh, anti-comfy actually. Big factory. There we go.
Hey, I was here the whole time.
Yep.
Do you know what 3 videos over the past, like, week or two that have done, like, way better than all of our other videos? Because I happen to have the YouTube open up. Buster's Hidden Treasure Part 1 and 2, like, 45 views apiece, which is, like, a lot for us.
Yeah.
And Disney's Magic Studio Mulan, which is, like, 40.
Both, like, Warner Brothers or Disney properties.
Yeah. I mean, clearly someone just typed in Tiny Toons, and somehow the algorithm was like, did you mean this random channel's Let's Play? Like, it has to be, but it's, like, so weird. Also, Broken Porcelain, the final part, had like way more than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, go figure.
I bet people were just like, what's this dumb thing with
What's the ending?
that? What? I thought I didn't heal.
Linster thought it was so funny because I told him ahead of time. I was like, dude, wait till you see the ending. I'm not going to give it away, but it's one of those things where like there's like action happening and all of a sudden every main character's in the same room and I'm like, it's so contrived. I love it. Where it's just like, yeah, welcome, see? I'm here too. And you're just like, okay. I just love stuff like that, where you're playing a game or you see a movie and, like, all the main characters are, like, in the same room and you're like, I wonder if this is the end.
I got pistol whipped, blaster whipped.
Shooting at the target! Dude, do you remember the time during lockdown where we could do LPs, like, twice a week? It was so based.
Dude, I swear we did it like 3 times a week.
We might have. I mean, what the heck else did we have to do?
Wookiee warriors like this.
I beat Killer 7 in like 2 weeks. Which, normally that game would be like a 2-month sit down. It was awesome.
It was, yeah, very comfy. I miss lockdown and me not having to work for... I don't know if these are all called R2-D2s. Maybe they're just called R2s. I don't know how that works.
I don't think they're all...
Oh! I didn't mean it, dude. I didn't even know you could do that.
Wow! No, I think they're all R2 units, but like they'd be like D3, D4, I think. I'm probably wrong on that. But I remember seeing a pop that was like R3, D3, and I was like, what?
So they all have individual numbers.
I think so.
Makes sense to me, I guess.
Yeah, real talk, boys. Let's just have real talk for 1 second. Lockdown was, like, my favorite period of my adult life. Like, I got to see the kids all the time. I got to do LPs 2 or 3 times a week. No one was out and driving around and stuff. And it was just, like, very peaceful everywhere. The only work I had to do was I would just go in and get stuff ready to sell on eBay. And I didn't have to deal with any customers in store. Although, you know, I like customers and I like people.
Customers.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. Like, sometimes you just like to be like, my favorite time in the store is in the morning before we open because it's, like, very peaceful, you know? And it's very controlled, you know? I could control, you know, like, when someone would come in for curbside pickup or whatever.
This is what I trained for. Guys in 5 seconds.
So yeah, it was awesome. I don't think one will ever happen again. So I literally have to wait like 30 years till I retire. And then I'll be old. So bring on another lockdown. It was amazing.
Yeah, and I got to do even less than Spencer because he basically just ran the store by himself. Although I didn't get paid for 3 months for that, or 2 months. That part sucked. Oh, I did get government bucks, which was cool.
I only had to go in for like 2 to 3 hours a day, and that's by my own volition. It was so based.
Tight fit, huh, BD?
So bring it on again, boys. Now we can do all the LPs for you. I like beat Final Fantasy VII Remake in like a span of a month, when normally it would take me a billion years. Oh, yeah, it's the Flame Beaters.
Yeah, remember the Flame Beetles? Gotta scam the Stormtrooper with a flamethrower. Flame Trooper!
Great.
I actually want to scan stuff because you get skill points so much faster. It's like so much more XP than actually fighting stuff.
Flame Trooper, that's another toy they can sell.
Yep.
Oh, wait, you have the Stormtrooper, but you don't have the Flame Trooper? What are you, an idiot?
I think it's pretty cool that because Disney messed up the new trilogy so much, toy sales were like so down. Especially like Episode 8 toys were just like lining store shelves. It's like, that's cool. Screw Disney.
Yeah, I think the only thing people really like anymore is the Black Series, but that's based off of like everything. That's not just based off of like the newer stuff.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, Black Series toys look awesome. Even the box they come in is like very cool. In another universe, I was a toy guy, but I choose games.
I respect any toy guy that's not a pop guy. I hope no one that buys pops from us listens to this part.
It's all over. Ryan has a lot of pops, so you're just gonna have to deal with it.
He has Universal Monster Pops. Those are the only cool pops.
What about DBZ pops? And
DBZ
anime
is
pops?
normie central.
What about Sword Art Online?
That's even worse.
Were you really?
Yeah.
We got some in.
Do you think I like Sword Art Online?
I don't know.
Freaking awful. I died. Oh, next.
I don't know what good anime and not is. Naruto is normie, right? And so is One Piece, right?
I sort of like One Piece, kind of.
What about
It's something I've been reading since I've been like literally 12.
what about My Hero Academia?
Yeah.
Okay. What about
You're like naming all just like popular shonen.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing I know. What am I supposed to know? Like some random. I only know stuff that games are based off of. You know. I'm trying to think of what the heck else I even know. What about Black Butler? I only know that because we get some of that merch in, you know?
In general, anime, how it works is, if it's popular, it's bad. And that's not even, like, a contrarian, like, hipster thing. It's, like, a universal truth.
What about High School of the Dead? I watched that one.
So bad.
I watched that one.
It's so bad.
I think I watched a couple episodes. What about One Punch Man?
It's fine. It's, like, it's hard to take it seriously because it's such a gimmick show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What about Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop.
Good.
I think I can do this.
What about Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
Not even a name.
I know, I'm just naming things on Toonami. That show's pretty good, though. Yep, and that's, like, honestly, all the animes I just mentioned is probably, besides, like, Elfen Lied, probably all the animes I know in my entire life. They come into the store and I see them, but I don't remember any of the names. They, like, their names are so long.
Dang. I just hate dying in this game because loading your last save takes like 30 seconds.
What
if not a
about
minute.
that anime with the girl? It's like very chibi style where like her eyeballs are always like.
You're naming like 100 animes.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's always used as like a meme template.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. It's because it's just I come from a place where I hate everything that's mainstream.
Yeah, no. I love, whenever I think of anime, I think of George, because he always wears, like, unironic DBZ shirts and stuff, and I'm like...
He unironically watches Naruto. He has every single set of it.
Yes, he does. I just love how not only is that a thing, but, like... Oh, wow, yeah, you really were pretty close.
Yeah, you really don't need to fight anything, it's just more for experience.
So yeah, I love how he does that, and like he like literally listens to like when he's like walking around with his phone listening to music. It's like literally Linkin Park, and I'm like, George, you're the mid 2000s goat,
and he's older than you, right?
Yeah, about like a year.
Yeah, but it's just funny. It's like, George, you're like 30 something,
and like you hear his music, and it's like, what?
I tried to use a stim pack and it just...
You hear his music and it's like, one thing, I don't know why. And I'm like, okay, George. So good. I mean, I like DBZ, obviously, but I don't think I'd wear a DBZ shirt. My favorite thing to do, I've probably done it 100 times to George, is when he wears that shirt that says, "Let's settle this like adults," and it's a picture of an NES controller. I'm like, George, let's settle this like adults. And he, like, never responds to it, because he probably got to the point where he's like, I don't care what you say about anything.
Alright, one more shot. This guy's really not hard, I'm just sucking.
What the?
Did you literally see it was T-posing? This game is so cool.
Let's up. But I knew he was coming! Why does it keep saying that?
Whenever you die, it's to get your like XP back and force points back. You just have to attack what killed you one time.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
It's like,
is that like Dark Souls?
it's very similar to Dark Souls. What in Dark Souls you have to find your corpse and then pick up the souls from it. Well, that was easy that time.
Yeah.
Don't fall behind me.
Albino Wishshock defeated.
Can I want to scan it.
No.
I don't think he's scanning it.
Thanks, BD1.
Okay. Ragdoll.
Mm-hmm. Whenever I think of Ragdoll, I think of what's that Half-Life 2 mod? Gary's mod.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it's like 20 years old, or I guess 15 years old, but I'm like, Ragdoll, Gary's mod.
Patrol the base. Got another breach down here, some kind of webbing. Hey, who's that?
Ah!
Ah!
Stormtroopers even die lame. What's that? Ugh.
Big spider.
No one wants that. No one wants a 10-foot spider to be their end. Come on, man. Although that would be pretty bad too.
Yeah, imagine dying like that. Although it would be completely probably instant death and you wouldn't even know what happened.
Well, if you had me, I would just cut off both your arms and let you live.
You're the worst. You'd be the ultimate Sith Lord.
And then when I'd walk into a room, you know how Darth Vader, would be like... I'd walk in and be like... Heh.
I guess a strike from a lightsaber would automatically close off your wounds. So I guess you wouldn't die from blood
Oh yeah,
loss.
with like cauterize or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, have they ever done that in a movie or whatever? Because that'd be awesome. If like someone was like... If they were like out and say like Hoth and they were like, oh, I got gangrene or whatever in my foot. We need to amputate. And they're like, I have this lightsaber! I want to think that has been done in the EU at some point.
Probably. I know in Empire... This game's awesome. I know in Empire Strikes Back they cut open a carcass to sleep in it. It's pretty gory.
Dude, that would be awesome. What if there was a mixture between Walking Dead and Star Wars?
Yeah.
Where like someone was bitten on the hand and they were like...
Gritty survival Star Wars story.
No! We need to cut it off! Oh, well I have a lightsaber. And they just cut it off and it's just that easy.
Do I care about any of these?
Dude! Zombies in space? That's been done before, right? Like space zombies? And I'm not talking about like going on a ship like Dead Space and there being like zombie-like things. I'm talking like there's space zombies in like astronaut suits. Although I guess they can't bite you then. What was I saying?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to most of what you said.
Well, like dinosaurs in space, we saw that on Dino Crisis 3, the game that Trevor will finish eventually.
Yeah, dude. Totally.
But zombies in space? I want the next Resident Evil to take place in space.
Oh, that encounter felt cool.
That was nice.
Alright.
And
Scan.
and it goes, in space, no one can hear you.
power.
Man, I need to be hired by, like, a movie studio. You ever see the South Park episode where Cartman dresses up as a robot to play a prank on Butters, Awesemo?
No, I'm not familiar.
There's this one part where they end up in Hollywood, and he's, like, giving ideas to movie studios, and it's so funny. He's like, okay, Adam Sandler is, like, in love with a bulldog, and they call it, punch drunk puppy love, and it's just like, it's so amazing. And I'm like, that's me, and they're like, it's another brilliant one!
Punched.
Damn! Slut. Oh,
That felt cool.
scan it. Scan what? Scan its freaking leg.
It's scanning its circuit chip in its head, probably. Oh yeah.
I want DC to hire me for the DC universe. DC Extended Universe movies. I'll come up with something good.
I think the thing that bothers me the most about these Wookiee models is that they have, like, white lips, which I don't think is a thing. Or is it? I don't know. It just looks weird to me.
Their hair looks weird.
Their hair looks weird and
It's
their
very
lips look weird.
nappy, I think the word is.
Who's ready to find some apps?
You're right, I definitely agree.
Right, let's help these Wookiees.
Although they're like about the right height, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, at least I got that right.
Okay, imagine this. Again, Star Wars / Walking Dead, right? You know how a lot of times you have to be like really quiet and like whispering around them? But the thing is, Wookiees would be very loud. So you can see how that would be a problematic thing. You're like, hey, Chewie, there's some zombies over there. And then they're caught, you know?
What if there was, like, a zombie type thing that, like, reacts to midichlorians?
There we go. Now you're thinking with Disney. How about this? God. Oh, you cut his arm off too. How about this? If a Jedi is bitten and becomes a zombie, they have Force zombie powers. So they like still walk and they're like, but then they can be like Force push you and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Someone hire me right now.
So I don't know how you're supposed to actually do this part. That's a little bit too far. But you have to go over there.
Why don't you just stand on it in the middle?
You can't. I guess I'll show it off what happens.
Does it like spin you off?
It's very awkward what happens.
What? Okay, so clearly they want you to.
They want you to do like something like this. I guess. Okay. This is how I did it last time.
You just felt that water has like no buoyancy to it. Yeah, it's just like blah. There's like no oxygen in that water or whatever makes things buoyant.
Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do. I really feel like I'm doing this wrong, but it works, I guess. Nice.
I don't get that.
Scan whatever that is. The great.
Nice job.
Literally the cells. What are you scanning? Their cells.
To the prisons! We need the Wookiees to finish this! Hurry!
They've got reinforcements!
Oh yeah, this. Do you know that stormtrooper had a really long backstory told in an entire extended universe book? And you just ended it right there. Dude, with the way the extended universe was, that would not be a ridiculous thing to say. Like, all of the stormtroopers in A New Hope, I guarantee, have, like, specific backstories.
read the extended universe story about Luke's clone or something?
Oh yeah. Do you know the worst part about the new trilogy is they had... Wow, that was awesome. They had a really awesome idea with Finn, the stormtrooper, who like didn't want to be a stormtrooper anymore, and they like didn't utilize it at all. Like in the first one, they're like, "Hey, you're kind of a main character," and then they were just like, "Meh." Like you could have like led an uprising with the stormtroopers or whatever.
Cool. I didn't watch episode 9, but apparently it does like basically nothing.
Cool. So then that follows them not doing anything. When am I getting my Shadows of the Empire remake?
Well, you know that EA exclusivity deal just ran out, and I think Ubisoft is immediately starting to work on a Star Wars game.
Did it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't, like...
I think on Twitter, Ubisoft announced that they're working on a Star Wars game now.
Wow. Because I know that EA with Madden, like, every time it gets close to being the exclusivity's done, they're like, 10 more years.
I just can't see EA made all that much money for probably how much they had to pay for it.
Yeah, true.
Because they made, like, no games. They made Battlefront 1 and 2. They made this game. They made that VR shovelware game, Squadrons.
What about that MMORPG, Old Republic?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was kind of a notorious flop for a while, but I guess it probably made money after all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
that's a good point.
I'm
They
sure
probably
they
had to pay
made money,
so much for
but
it.
it probably wasn't, like, that much.
Do I want Ubisoft making a Star Wars game? I don't think I want any... I want Atlas to make a Star Wars game. I want a Disgaea type Star Wars game. Who made Shadows of the Empire?
Probably just LucasArts. Remember LucasArts?
Wait, LucasArts isn't the thing any? Oh yeah, right. Of course they're not. Yeah, get that flame trooper.
I definitely want to get that before punched.
Dude, Capcom making a Star Wars game? Literally Star Wars / Resident Evil. Let's go. It's literally happening. Cool. How does the Empire train these
You ready, buddy?
stormtroopers anyway? Just shoot.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do against a Jedi that's running towards you sprinting and they can deflect all your blaster shots and you can die in one hit?
Okay, I have an honest question. Who has a bigger budget, all things considered? The Empire, the entire Empire, or Dr. Robotnik?
Hard to say. I'm probably going to still say the Empire, but...
It's pretty close, right?
Robotnik definitely wasted trillions upon trillions of dollars.
I mean, I remember in Sonic Adventure 1, he has like a huge egg carrier.
Yeah.
And then like literally a minute later, he's like, "Here's the super egg carrier," and you're like, "Bro."
I was about to say Robotnik might have edged it out because he also made the moon a super weapon.
Oh yeah.
Or he made like a satellite that was a super weapon that destroyed the moon. But that was actually his father. Sonic lore here, folks.
Wait, what? What movie or what game?
Adventure 2. It was Robotnik's father who made that doomsday weapon.
Oh. Well, what if I say the Robotnik family or the Empire?
Why is that one guy blue?
We've lost comrades.
Who?
Friends.
Right next to...
Oh yeah.
Why is he blue?
He's a
The Twi'lek?
alien.
Is that what they're called?
Oh yeah.
Twi'leks?
Still burns. Hope still burns. The Jedi are not yet lost. We are not yet lost. Kashyyyk is not yet lost. For the cause.
Dang. What charisma.
Empire has done to Kashyyyk. These stories are playing out all over the galaxy. My partisans could use a Jedi on our side.
I'm honored. We're on a mission I can't walk away from. Not yet.
The offer stands.
That's the DLC.
Keep it in mind.
Oh, that was quick.
Cal, I'm Mari Kusan, and this is Commander Kashyyyk.
Happy go Wookiee? Get out of here.
Sorry. I'm not quite fluent.
Kashyyyk says he'll do whatever he can to find Tarful and vouch for you.
Do you think he's still alive?
Have faith, Cal. We'll be in touch with your ship. For the cause.
For the brand.
Brand.
No, that's something that some stupid sports guy says. So you don't have to pay attention to it. For the Ubisoft.
I've been monitoring Imperial communications and I picked up something. Project Augur has been reactivated. The Empire may be close to finding another Zeppo tomb.
Looks like we still have work to do.
Alright, so we're pretty much done with Kashyyyk. I'm probably going to load the next planet, and this will be the end of the part.
We did it, lads.
I did a good portion.
Oh, yeah.
There's another planet that you can go to. Oh yeah, we're actually going back to the planet that we just started the part on. Or the sit down on. We're going back there because they apparently found some sort of tomb or something. The Empire. But there's another planet that we haven't gone to yet, but it's pretty much optional right now. You can't complete it because you don't have the force jump yet. Spoilers. You get something that makes you jump high.
Uh-oh.
You can go there, and there's actually... Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a cool mod for your lightsaber there. I might start with that next time.
Double-sided lightsaber. Triple-sided lightsaber.
Hey, Seer.
Cal, good to see you back in one piece. Mari Kusan contacted us. We know you couldn't find Tarful.
I love risking our lives for nothing. It's fantastic.
Calm down, bro.
It wasn't for nothing. Mari and Kashyyyk will come through.
I like your optimism. We could all use a little of that now.
Hey, I'm a positive guy too. I'm positive that if I die, I'll be very upset.
How would you get upset?
We might not have found Tarful.
Bruh, that's the joke.
Bruh,
Don't forget.
I'm a humorless
Thanks.
piece of garbage.
That is me. How did you know?
Yeah, let's start the new planet next part, so I'll load that up. I think it's this one. Dothamir. Remember that?
Dothamir. I know Tatooine and I know Kashyyyk. That's what I know.
I know,
Hoth. Wait, is Hoth a planet?
yeah, Hoth's the planet. I doubted myself too for a second.
Well, I didn't know if it was like an area.
What's the planet that Luke grows up on?
Tatooine.
Oh, okay.
But I don't. Oh, and I know. Oh, but that's not a.
It shows how much that me and Spencer know about Star Wars.
I was gonna say Endor, but Endor is a forest moon.
Spencer knows more than me.
It's from Return of the Jedi, bro.
Bruh. I watched Return of the Jedi like twice because I only like half of that movie.
Also, I don't know.
Who betrayed their trust. In the end,
I don't know where any of the prequel movies take place besides I think. No, there's also a place called Dantooine.
Don't have to tell me
Dantooine. I'm essentially
Coming up on
the king of Star Wars.
Battle of Hoth, bro.
You know, remember that Comedy Central show, Beat the Geeks? I would be the Star Wars nerd on there. No doubt about it. I'd be like, the answer's Luke Skywalker, thank you.
You know, all those geek shows would be like, who's this tertiary character in the background of this scene of this show?
Yep.
Because it matters.
Cal, be careful here.
Okay.
I like how this planet looks. Ooh.
Neat.
Ooh.
Look at that.
It's like a solar
Eclipse.
That's
Baby.
very pretty. We're
It's
gonna end on that
also
part.
really nice that all these places have like air you can breathe.
I don't know why, but Kashyyyk, not only is it like the worst running planet in the game, in my opinion, it's also like the worst looking, so...
Better things ahead, boys.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.